10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. It's your girl, Lady Miz. I'm rocking out with my co-host, Ray, the talent assassin, right? It's just gonna ground up production. And there is only one way to go from here. Y'all, this is From the Ground Up Productions, where creators meet. Y'all know we love to bring on people in the industry, legends and entrepreneurs. Anybody that's a creator, we love to chop it up with them and also educate y'all at the same time. Today, we got one of the dopest rappers, MCs on board here. We got Ron Browz in the building. Browz in the building. Yeah, do I got an accent when I say it? So we're going to chop it up with him and see what he got going on and what he got coming up. So let's bring him on. Pop champagne. What's good? How you doing?
I'm blessed. Happy to be here.
Yes, we happy to have you on the show. Definitely a pleasure to have you on. I see you drinking out the red cup. I got one question for you, Ron. Are you still popping bottles, champagne bottles, to get A-Rap money?
I'm a black bottle boy, so you know I got to represent.
All right, okay. All right, you got the A-Rap money on deck? All right, I see you. That's what I'm talking about. Well, now, definitely, again, it's a pleasure to have you on. We definitely want to chop it up with you and also kind of like talk about things that people may not know about you. So I want to get into that. So my first question that I have for you is, one, tell us how you got into the music industry from the start. Like, what inspired you to get into it?
It's a two-part. Like one time when I was in elementary school, one of my best friends, he knew this cartoon rap, and every morning all the kids would crowd around him to listen to him do this cartoon rap. So I thought that was kind of cool. Then fast forward, I would go home after school, watch Crazy Sam and Ralph McDaniels in the video music box, and I just fell in love with hip hop from there. And then I started a group when I was in elementary school called the Uptown Kids. And we got signed to this independent company called Big Boss Records that was ran by Kevin Childs, who's the co-owner of Don Diva magazine. And we got signed there. We did like 2 videos, and then he had got incarcerated. And during his incarceration on a phone call, I said, "Where's the equipment that we used to play with in the house?" He was like, "Oh, go pick it up." And I went to go pick up the equipment and start teaching myself how to make beats. So I kind of put the rapping in the back burner a little bit.
Okay.
And start teaching myself how to make beats. And then I would make the beats for like locals in the hood. And then one day just bumped into Big L, and it was the beginning of the producer, Ron Browz.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, and rest in peace to Big L, one of the dopest MCs. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know I did Ebonics, Big L's first independent record, Ebonics.
Oh,
I went on to do three more. We started to do an album before his demise, and so I did like 4 albums on the Big Picture project. I probably would have did the whole thing if he hadn't, passed away. But that was the beginning of the producer, Ron Browz.
Wow. Okay, and that's dope that you got the chance to work with him. And he was the first one that you worked with. What was it like working with Big L?
It was very, very funny and humbling. Like Big L was like very funny. He was like kind of one of the first dudes that I seen like get a record deal in the neighborhood as well. Very premeditated. Like Ebonics, when he heard the beat, he was like, "Yo, I think I got something for this." So, which mean it was premeditated. The whole concept of doing it slang and everything was premeditated. And he would come, make jokes, and we would get to work. We were doing so much before he passed away. Like he would just call me like, "Yo, we going to this studio, we going to that studio, we going to this studio." So I just remember just running around a lot, you know.
Right. Okay. All right.
It's some rare footage on the internet too of me and him, like me sequencing the beat to his rhymes. It's on the internet too. Like I didn't even know a cameraman was there at that time that kind of caught that footage. It's some real dope footage of him going over his lyrics and me kind of sequencing the beat to his verses.
So yeah, you said y'all from the same neighborhood. So a lot of people may not know that's Harlem, right?
Harlem World, USA.
Harlem World. That's what I'm talking about.
I grew up on 127th and Lenox. He was on 139th and Lenox.
Okay, I don't know why I thought Big L was from the Bronx. I don't know why.
No, you probably thought that because he was down with DITC.
Oh, okay.
Big in the Crates, which is Showbiz, AG, Fat Joe,
right?
Lord Finesse, and they from the Bronx.
Right. Okay. Yep. All right. So now, let's go to you. First of all, you're a rapper, but you're not just a rapper. You're a producer as well. Yeah. So my question to you is, which one do you like better? Do you like one more than the other?
I gotta say it's 50-50 because I like to see people. I like to create and give a beat to an artist, and they make it come to life. And I also like the stuff when I produce for myself and the way I can make people react to something that I did. But it's like the only thing is 60-40. 60, I give 60 to the artist side because you get to travel, do shows, and I got to travel and see the world off of recording the records versus producing the records. So it's a little 60-40, I say.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I guess that makes more sense because you as the artist, you got to get out there, put in the footwork and do all of that. Yeah.
You get to touch the people.
Yeah.
And it's the producer, you can kind of just live in the studio.
Yeah, you stay in the background.
Yeah.
So now you did one of the dopest listen, one of the songs that stopped the city. You know what I mean? That stop. I remember where I was when this joint dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody remembers where they were when Ether came out. You produced that, correct?
Yes.
How did that come about, and how did you feel when that shit just, like I said, it stopped the city? Like, how did that come about?
First of all, shout out to hip hop. Hip hop was Jay-Z A&R at the time. He came they brung him to my house. I was living with my moms. They brung him to the house to hear, like, who is this guy from Harlem making beats? All right, let's see. And I played him the Ether beat. And I remember because anybody came, I would play him like, yo, this beat is so hard, you got to hear it. So they brung him. I put it on CD like, yo, get this to Jay-Z. And never got to Jay-Z. Whatever.
Wait. You said give Ether to Jay-Z?
The A&R had it first.
Oh, okay.
He heard it first. Because, like I said, anybody would come to listen to beats. I play him like, yo, this beat is kind of crazy. So anyway, that happened. And fast forward, then Jay-Z, This Is Nas at Summer Jam.
Oh, okay.
Nas, everybody didn't hear from Nas for a long time. So back in that time, moving beats, you had to be somebody. You had to be Swiss. You had to be Timberland, Pharrell. So you kind of had to grind a little bit and like, yo, give it to somebody cousin. The cousin give it to So we gave it to Nas' travel agent at the label, and she, God bless her, she gave it to Nas A&R, and it got to Nas. So I got a phone call like, yo, Nas picked the beat off the CD. I was like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, whatever. That was like in June of 2001. It was like in June. Then I get a call in December. Nas, yo, tell Ron, come to the studio. I want him to hear what I did. So I think I'm going to the studio to just hear, a street record, Nas, just, be a Nas.
Mm-hmm.
It was just him in the studio, him and the engineer by himself, nobody to amp it, no gas, no nothing. He's calm, he's eating fruit. He's just chilling, like, yo, play Ron a record. So he plays the record, and I hear the FJZ at the beginning. I'm like, what's going on? This is my introduction to the world, like, as a producer, like, not because people knew Big L, but Big L wasn't like, he was underground.
Right.
This is my first beat to a A-list artist, and he plays it. I'm like, I hear the FJZ. I'm like, what's going on? But it's like, I'm in here with Nas, but it's like, this is a diss record. It's amazing, but it's a diss record.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, oh my God. And you just hear it. It's like, what is it? Like 3 verses on that record?
Yep.
And you just like, it's crazy. But I'm like, yo, what was this going to put me? Even though I just did the beat. People going to dislike me? Or are they going to, I don't know. So, but I'm like, oh, it's a blessing. I'm getting paid for it. It's dope. Lyrically, like, the whole idea was kind of dope. And you're like, yo, I'm dropping this Friday. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then when it dropped that Friday, I remember just walking through Harlem, and that's all you heard, like, coming out of, like, speakers and cars. And I'm like, yo, my friend was like, yo, Ron, the whole world's stopping right now. It's crazy.
That's a fact.
Hot 97 did they stopped the radio just to play these 2 records. And I was like, yo, wow, I really am a part of history right now.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you got to hear it before the world did.
Yeah. And at this time, Jay-Z is the biggest rap artist at the moment. So I'm like, it's fire, but it's dissing the biggest artist in the game right now. So it was an honor to be a part of it. And it was like, everything just happens for a reason, I wanted that breakthrough, like, yo, y'all need to know I'm out here with these beats. And God was like, all right, I'm gonna put you out there, right?
You got it. That's right. But you're like, I ain't rolling with the whole beef thing, but I did the beat though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it was just, I just remember walking through Harlem and you heard it out of every car.
Yes.
Every
absolutely.
car. It was crazy. It's crazy.
Go ahead.
Did
any negative feedback come from that?
Okay. Okay, so I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, how's this gonna play out, So at the time, I had a manager, and he was like, hey, nobody know you. You got to go out. Like, you have to go out in New York City. Like, it was the nightlife. Mm-hmm. And at the time, it was the nightlife. It was the 2-way pages. Like, yo, I did this. And, so it was like, people say, oh, you did that. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, boom. Yo, I need something like that. Meaning, like, just the energy of the whole beat. And I ended up working with, Fat Joe, Little Kim, Foxy, Ludacris, Fifth. I started to work with everybody, but nobody on Rockefeller.
So, shady. No money. So
it was like, of course, it comes with the territory. If I don't know why it come with the territory, because Kanye went on and eventually did music with Nas, and Kanye did Takeover. So
Right,
I'm
right.
thinking like, yo, I just did the beat. I didn't write the lyrics. I just did the beat. But I know a couple of dudes that's affiliated with Rockefeller. So it's cool. It was I never really afterwards. I kind of met a couple of other artists that was on Rockefeller and whatever. Like PD Crack and stuff like that, and ended up doing some work with them. But yeah, it's all love. And I don't know. You would have to ask people on that side if it was if they felt the way. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Well, the good thing about it now is that, like, look, they squashed the beef, like Nas and Jay
Yeah.
Z.
So y'all can tell Jay Z you could come get a beat now. Like
That's right. Come get the tracks.
you can get some. I got some fire for you.
We know that's a fact. Now, let me ask you this. Well, what I do want to ask you, was that your first big check from them, or did it come from somewhere
That
else?
was
That was your first big check. Do you remember how much it was? If you don't mind
about
me
ten
asking.
thousand. It's about 10,000.
Okay, all right. And did you like boil out? Like, what'd you do with your money? If you don't mind me.
I was in Harlem. I was still at my mom's crib. I probably bought like some Vans jackets, some leather jackets, some Pelés or something like that.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this: as a New York rapper in today's time, would you say, like, how do you feel about the drill, about how things are shifting? Because, they say that, like, New York rappers sound more like down south rappers now. Like, how do you feel about the sound of hip hop?
I do feel like it lost its integrity. It lost its identity. It lost identity, and the major artists that kept it in shape started to venture off and do other things. Like let's just say our Nas's and our Biggie passed away. That was a big of the sound of of our sound and
Yes.
the Jay-Z, the Nas, the DMX's, and they were keeping the sound like, yeah. Now you got like a okay, time is going on, and then you got like a Drake emerge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you got the kids that's under them. They're looking up to the Drakes and all the other artists that's big at that time. So they're following that. People in my class, we're following producers, we're following some of the 80s, the 90s, and then the early 2000s sound. So the kids that's coming up, they grab when they first get introduced to hip hop, they get introduced to what's ever hot at the time. So at
Right.
this time, the South is emerging. South is making their way, and their records are catchy and stuff like that. So the younger crowd, they grab. That's what they being introduced to hip hop. See,
Right.
they don't know the Nas Illmatics and the Reasonable Downs. They don't know that music. So what they hearing the Drakes and the stuff that's coming to Jeezy is hot and the Gucci Mans and all of that stuff is hot. So they're coming up on that. So
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna do we did what we thought, like, oh, I'm gonna make this song, it's gonna sound like the Jay-Z joint. Or I'm gonna write this joint, you give you that Nas feel. Or aggressive rapper, like, yo, I'm gonna do this joint sound like the X joint. That's what you got in that era, all of that. And it was, oh, yo, I got an artist that sound like Jada Kids. And at that time, it was a bunch of that stuff going on.
Right.
So they start getting older, then the younger artists start coming up and they go with the sound that's hot. So my opinion, but I don't know, it's just we lost our sound. We lost our sound. And I feel like when I have my records going, like the Pop Champagne with I did A-Rap Money with Busta, and I'm doing all these songs with everybody from New York, and the sound is still there.
Right.
Then here comes Jay-Z with the death of autotune.
Mm.
The death of autotune hits, and people kind of start slacking from what I was doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was kind of like the last of holding on to that party uptown, sound. And then here come the South emerge with the auto tune, and Future emerges, and a lot of other people emerges. And then I sound really. Then Jay-Z could go. He got his money where he go. He don't have to put out much music no more. So now
Right.
all the hungry guys from the South, they putting out their music, and then that generation under just started like, oh, we gonna do something that sound like that. Oh, we gonna do something that sound like that.
Well, the sounds today, right? They sound so similar. If I put the radio on, I
I
can't
hate it.
tell who the hell it is because everybody sounds the same and nobody's trying to be original. At least we knew when we heard Nas or Jay-Z or Big L or what I mean?
Yeah. It is. But sometimes the DJs do that too. Like if you got a record, if they be like, oh, but that's not the sound that's going on right now. You like,
Yeah.
this is my sound. That's why I gotta make a record that sound like they're sometimes, not all, but some DJs, if they don't feel like it's current with the algorithm of me, they be like, And I feel like shout out to Griselda because they kind of like, no, this is what we doing. We doing this music right here, and y'all gonna love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it might not be as popular and mainstream, but they did what they did and kept their sound and like this is what we doing. But sometimes you do records and I've been there. I've been submitting records and if they don't feel like they might feel like it's dated because you're not doing a southern kind of a rhythm. But
Right.
I fought that a lot and it's not the artist's fault, but you'll get sometimes forced to like, all right, so let me try and do something like this other record right here. Or let me try and do this sound. Well, let me try and do a drill record. You know what I'm saying? But everything is not for every artist. And
Yeah, you called it on it though. It's kind of like the DJ's fault. They're
some of them.
Yeah.
Because who controls it? Who controls it?
They do.
Who controls? Yeah. So if you're giving them a record, and I noticed like, yo, why we don't have no conscious music? Not one conscious record.
Yep.
Don't you think that's by accident? You don't think that's by design?
Who's that?
Do you think that that's by accident?
No.
Hell no, it ain't. We know who's controlling it.
Why we don't get one? We can't get one conscious record. One.
No.
Like
no, because it doesn't fit the agenda.
If you make a DJ gonna be like, hey, I ain't playing that.
And you're being nice about it because a lot of them be like, who the fuck is this? Excuse my
But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
It damn sure is. Do this. Since we talk about the DJs, right? And I just want to ask, because you being New York rapper, New York producer, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel that the DJs like the Funk Master Flex support the New York rappers? Because remember, him and Pete Rock was going back and forth. It was a lot with that. And now then Flex started telling, doing these challenges, telling everybody, hey, I got a challenge for you, and of course, we over here like, damn, everybody got their opinion, right? About this whole situation. I can understand where Flex is coming from, but at the same time, I feel like we should always support our New York rappers. We shouldn't always have to run outside to get support. They support each other everywhere else. So my question to you, right, is do you feel that Flex or other New York rappers support New York artists like they should?
I'm going to say it's half and half, right? When I made Pop Champagne, I had to get out and get in them clubs and make them believe that this record is hot. Now, my friends from the, shout out to my friends from the Bronx. They would be in the club when the record come on, they bugging out. This is crazy. I had to be out. Yo, can you play it, please? It's not gonna be an easy thing to. If that's the case, everybody get on. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You have to still put some groundwork in your record as well, so to make them believe that this is a hot record. You understand?
Right.
You can't. Everybody can say, "Yo, my record hot. Play it." Nah. So I learned that, and you know that came with social media as well. You have to. I'm gonna make you believe this record is hot. So you're gonna be like, I gotta play that. It's fire, you know. So do I feel the DJs need to pay attention a little bit more? Yeah, you gotta pay attention, but it's still 50-50. It's a 50-50 thing. You can't just make a record and be like, yo, they're supposed to play it. Nah. Why I gotta play that? My job is to make you believe why you should play this record. I gotta bust my behind as well to make you believe that this joint is hot.
Facts.
We got all the tools. It's people that shooting videos for $50. It's you got your social media. You still got to do your part. Now, if you're doing your part, and the best thing you got to get your wherever you from, you got to get them behind you as well.
Mm-hmm.
You come to Harlem, Bronx, you gonna hear some Ron Browz music in them clubs.
That's
and
a
like
fact.
I said, I move around like I never had a record. Oh, I got a new record. I pull out my thumb drive out my pocket. Yo, whoop, play it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Yo, can you get that on for me? I want to hear how it sound. You know, like you gotta have relationships with the DJs because they're human too. You can't. Yo, what's up? What's up? How you doing? You know what I mean? You can't just like, yo, play my reggae. Cause they be like, some of them tell you like, damn, bro, you can't say what's up. How, you know what I mean? That's how you still gotta have some etiquette as well. They humans. They're not robots.
That's
so
right.
What's up? You good? You all right? You want a drink? You know what I'm saying? Like, one hand washes the other. Like, you know, we're humans. So treat people as you. Not just, yo, play my reggae. I'm hot. I'm the hottest dude in my city. So, you know, like, I have people, yo, girls, yo, play Ron Browz. What's up? I want to dance. Like,
Right.
you know, you got to have people parading for you, too. Like, yo, I seen that joint on the gram. Yo, that's fire. I have, you know, when I had the kids around, they dancing, they reacting. You got to do your part as well. So it's half you got to do your due diligence to make sure people know about your record, and it's half the DJs got to just pay attention a little bit. That's it. That's all I ask for the DJs. Pay attention a little bit. You know what I mean? So right. I think it's a 50-50 effort. Don't just think you the hottest dude in your city because you know how to rap. Your record got to feel good. Your record got to be transparent. Got to be mixed good. Sonically, it got to sound good. If it's a club record, it got to make people want to dance.
Okay.
If it's a street record, it got to make the street dudes feel it. You know, if it's a girl record, the girls got to be like, yo, I like that. Test it out.
Right.
Test it out with some. And then people don't know. I'm going to give it a secret. It's not the big DJs. It's your local DJs that's going to make your record hot. It's not the funk flex. Don't worry about flex. You got to get DJ such and such from your block who do the balls around.
Right.
It's those guys that's going to make you hot. You don't worry about flexes. And you can't just, yo, I'm hot, make it a record. I'm going, flex need to play my record, I'm hot.
Drop the bomb on it.
No. You gotta start from the bottom. Start from the dudes that do the local bars and the local lounges. Because that's what you're gonna see if people react, if they like if it's a club record. You understand?
Right.
Certain records is for certain things, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you just said it for me because I was gonna say that, you know, the hustle is actually getting out here because a lot of people don't wanna actually hustle. They just make a song and just be like, ah, fuck it, I did it. It's over, you know?
Oh man. Mr. C said one time, he said, the stuff that you need to do, you don't want to do. And it's like, I gotta go out and go get in these DJs and tell them you don't want to do it, but you gotta do it.
Right.
You gotta get out. You can't just be like, yo, I'm the hottest dude in my city and no one knows you. The local DJs don't even got your record. Those guys made Pop Champagne hot. I was going around to the local dear. Yo, you got my yo, play it. The Rucker Park. I don't care wherever how to speak at. Can you play this, please? Because then other people will hear it. Other DJs will hear it like, oh, what is that? That's kind of fire. It's gonna get to the big dogs, but you can't just skip. Right?
Gotta crawl before you walk. I hear that. So let me ask you this: is as a producer, is there any other producers that you would say inspire you, where you say like, oh, okay, this make me want to get in and create something?
I always felt like I was the gumbo, right? I'm a mixture of the Swiss, Timbaland, Pharrell, Havoc, Pete Rock, Diamond D, Dr. Dre. Like, I'm all of them in one.
Okay, all right.
I love the 90s music with all them 90s producers. The early 2000s when the Timbalands and the Swiss and Pharrell and all them came in where, like, Pharrell could do vocals and hooks. I could do vocals and hooks. Swiss could get the streets bumping. I get the street. Timbaland got the weird sounds. I do all of that. Then I could give you the premier sound and the gutter stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm all of them in one.
Got you. That's what I'm talking about.
I got a question here, though. You said you self-taught with making beats, right? Mm-hmm. So when the first beat you made that you self-taught, did you actually take that beat and say, hey, let me make it better now that I'm learning this better?
No, I would just make beats in the house, just make them. Me and my friends would rap over them, listen to them 1,000 times. Like the beat Ebonics, me and my friends rapped on it. And shout out to my friends, man. They was pissed off when I gave it to Big L. You gave our beat to Big L. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, yo, he's kind of out there. Like, this is gonna help us. And shout out to my boy T-Rex. T-Rex to tell you, the battle rapper T-Rex. A lot of his beats, I was like, yo, Lloyd Banks took that, man. Well, you can't get that no more. Well, 50 Cent took that beat. He'd be like, all right, whatever.
That's
so I just started doing beats in the house and then giving it to the local dudes. So when I would give it to the local dudes in their beats, it would make them sound amazing. I'm like, oh, so once I get to an A-list artist, this is nothing. They go, because I would make dudes in the hood sound like they had deals.
That's what. Listen, they always say it's the producer and the engineer that bring out the artist. You know what I mean? So
and I'm an engineer, so I'm just like a triple threat.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. So you engineer too. So for yourself, when you're doing your own joints, do you ever look for an outside producer, like for a different sound, or you feel like, nah, I'm producing all of my own records?
That's a good question, right? Music is very moody, right? So since I produce, if I'm feeling like happy today, I'm gonna make a happy beat and make a happy record. If I'm feeling like down, I'm gonna make a down beat and I feel like writing some down records. So that's how I kind of could tailor myself. Then I could do that so if I make a bunch of party beats, sad beats, all right, the sad beats go to this artist right here. Yo, the party beats go to this dude right here. So that's how I construct that. And
okay.
And, some producers are weird, so that's why I tried to, yo, bro, let me. And then one dude I had a good record, and he was playing with the fouls. I said, nah, I'm not doing this no more. Like I tried to, like, you know, if I'm cool with a producer, got a report, yeah, but because producers act funny, like, I'm like, nah, I ain't with that.
You ain't got time for it. You get work done better the way you want to do it yourself, basically.
Dude, I remember it was a dude, like, he wanted, I don't know if he wanted money or something. I'm like, dude, I just put a big artist on a record, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to help you out. You don't got no placements, no nothing. Like, you know how many free joints I did before I was getting paid?
Wow.
Like, that's the same thing. Like, nobody don't know you, bro. Like, I'm trying to help you out and get yourself out there and get your weight up.
Right,
So,
right. Well, a lot of people have egos and stuff. So, especially in this industry, that's a big, big thing. So I just want to also a couple more questions just to know, like, you, as a child in a way. What school did you go to, and what were you like growing up? Like, you know what I'm saying, in school and stuff. Like, give us a little bit about that backstory.
in school, I went to elementary school in Harlem. Went to junior high school in Harlem. High school half in Harlem, half downtown. In school, pretty much quiet dude. High school, you start feeling yourself. Girls like you. You want to cut class.
Oh shit!
Shout out to the girl she was making me smoke weed before school and stuff like that.
Oh, she gets a shout out. Okay.
It be the girls that be the bad influence. I'm blaming y'all.
Oh shit! Yep. So you're not taking accountability for what you did.
No, girls make you. Oh, yo, cut school. Let's not go to school. And you be like, you right. I'm hanging with you all today, baby. They be like, now you cutting school. You feeling. And then shout out to one of my mentors. She's still my mentor to this day, Miss Terry and Mr. Terry. She got me out of a school I was in. She was like, yo, I'm getting you out of here because you're not gonna make it if you stay in the school. And I see so much potential and you're messing up. So she got me out of the Harlem school.
So when you say the Harlem school, is that the name of the school? What was the name of the school?
Watley. It was Watley.
Okay, all right.
Watley High School. She was like, yo, I'm getting you out of here. I'm telling your mom, I'm getting you out of here because you're gonna be nothing if you stay in here.
Wow.
And she called Mama Love and was like, yo, get him up out of here because he's not gonna do well if he stays here. And they got me out of there. I eventually got out of school. Shout out to her. And I just started to focus on music like straight out of high school.
Dope.
Now, how did you come up with the name Ron Browz?
It was a producer down with the Hitman, Puff Hitman. His name was Ron something. I always forget his name. And I'm like, damn, I gotta come up with a name. And then it was just one summer I would walk around. People like, yo, your eyebrows is just like, why they like that, yo? Like, I'm like, oh, yo, Ron Browz. And then it just Ron Browz, and it just kind of just stuck.
You know what's so crazy? Because every time I say your name, I want to say Brown. You know that, right? I don't want to say.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that. I'm like, yo, there's no N.
I don't know. We just naturally put the N there. I don't know. It's just
a lot of people be like that. It pisses me off too. I worked so hard for my name.
I'm so glad that you said that because I still was saying it with the N, and he was like, "Yo, it's Browz," and I'm like, "I know, but I can't help it." So thank God for my husband putting me on.
Eat the boy, man. A lot of people say, "Eat the boy." What's up, man?
All right. So, besides yourself, do you have any favorite artists besides you? Like, who you think is the dopest out here?
All right. First of all, I'm a big Notorious B.I.G. fan.
All right.
Like, I feel like Life After Death was like a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that era. Like, I'm the Illmatic. It Was Written, Ready to Die, Life After Death, Reasonable Doubt, Streets is Watching. Dude, right? Flesh in My Blood, DMX, all of that. So I study, and I just study. I study sound. I study, I just study the music. So now, like, music that's out now, it takes a lot for me to gravitate to it. I don't know. It's a lot of soulless music out right now. So now I like certain records that artists do. I can't really get into like full projects of full bodies of work.
It's hard, but I mean, honestly,
I liked. Let me think, because I feel like I was listening to music. I was like, oh, I kind of like that. And I like the Kendrick Lamar album that came out.
Okay.
Sonically and content, I liked it.
Okay. All right. What about like a J. Cole?
J. Cole is good. J. Cole is good. I feel like it was something else I listened to. I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk about it when I. But I like the J. Cole project. It was cool.
But a lot of artists no longer focus on a full project now. They throw out a whole lot of singles and,
Well, they tell people don't do that now. They say because people have short attention spans, nobody's going to listen to a whole album anyway.
No, you're correct. You know why? I noticed that too, because like if I put out a body of work, I'm like, some of these records is hitting in here. If people just skimming, they're not going. Yep. So that's why a lot of artists is focused on like singles, because people got to be a diehard fan to be like, yo, I'm listening to the whole project.
Right.
People just skim.
Honestly, though, if you got a whole lot of dope singles, you can hit them in the head forever.
That's
yeah.
Line them up, put them out.
Yeah, but it's so weird, like the whole streaming thing. You could just go listen to one. Like before, you paid your $14. You're like, I'm listening to every record on here.
That's a fact. It ain't like that now. That streaming sites and all that.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that too. I'm like, I don't like it.
I did that with Kanye's album.
I swear to you, I listened to like 10 seconds. I'm like, I don't like it. I like that one. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's crazy though. But hey, I think we all got that issue today. Just skipping through shit. Yeah. So are you in a relationship? You got a crush on anybody? Like what's the deal with Ron Browz? Or is that G14 classified?
Life's good.
All right. All right. Okay.
Shout out to that special woman. She knows who she is.
All right. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up with these last few. What do you enjoy doing, and what advice would you give to the people as far as coming up in the industry?
Oh my! It's the rules have changed. Now that we know that rappers are under attack, we are being targeted. Music industry dudes are being targeted.
In what way?
Just being murdered. And artists, we have to move different. Health is wealth. It's not always the glamour and glitz. You understand? Like, if you out here moving, like, you gotta understand, artists, we work so hard, and then it's not easy. So you make your money, you want to get your nice stuff, but you just we gotta think more diligently and more safe, because it's the times is hard. Like, people don't, after the pandemic, I feel like people don't know what to do. Like, even though it's jobs out there, I don't know why it feels like people are like going. I guess because things are going up. You're going to this cup is $5. You be like, what? Everything is. Yeah. Everything, those chips, the 25 chips, they $2 now. Like, everything is up, rent is up, everything. So people are like, people out here starving. So artists are looking like, they rich. Yeah, like, they got all the money. Get it from them, So my thing is, know what you're getting in this game for, and you get caught up. You get caught up in all the wrong things. The women, the cars, jewelry, spending your money on whack stuff. And when when stop, like, you got it's your family, looking out for your family, your loved ones, and moments. with your family, your loved ones, and people that's close to you, whether it's your friends or whatever, just we got to shift the mindset because the glamour and glitz is not what it seems. It's not like how it used to be. I feel like hip hop was fun and like like
You getting that money?
It's going out. Now it's like people looking at you like he got all the money. We want.
Yep. You're not even seeing your house.
Or eating out.
Yeah, like, and I explain to people I could understand what happens, right? Because say you on fire, right? You hot, your record is out, you fire. At that moment, I got to move a little different, right?
Right.
So say 2 years later, who you are, it's a new guy on the radio who's on fire. So you thinking, all right, now I could kind of go back to doing a little bit of the regular things I used to do. But you can't. You think you off the radar, but you on the radar. Because you're still carrying yourself as an artist. Some people may know you, some people may not. But sometimes as yourself, you want to do normal stuff. Like sometimes I'll go in a restaurant, let's just say BBQs, and I remember people like, "Yo, what you doing here?" I'm like, "Yo, I want the
I want to eat too."
Yeah, like, but people look at you like, "Yo, why you in here?"
Yeah.
Because you just want to feel like regular you want to do stuff you used to do with your friends, but sometimes you can't. You gotta move. You gotta just move different, like.
Yeah.
Joe, my advice is, as far as like being creative, always just be creative. Try and do your own sound and be the best at. Be creative because that's how you're gonna pop out, and people gonna notice you doing different and being creative. But definitely business. It's the music business. Lawyer, paperwork, because there's a lot of funny paperwork to this day that's still being handed out.
Mm-hmm.
And people getting caught in contracts and people not getting what they're supposed to because you don't know what publishing is, you don't know what points is, you don't know what your masters is, you don't know none of that. You moving around with doing songs over here. You can't get your songs because you don't got your hard drive. You know what I'm saying? It's the music business. And it's 90% business. Because 10% is the music. All right, that's the easy part, getting a record done. All right, boom. Now it's the business part. You need a lawyer. You need to know what publishing is. You need to know what splits is. You need to know your share as a writer or as a producer. You need to know all of these things before you just hop in because people going to rip you off.
Very, very true. You know what's so funny? You say that because when we interviewed Melissa Morgan and she was talking, she said she just got her master's back. Wasn't her published on master's back? Yep. So she was explaining that there was a way where you could kind of sell it if you needed money, but then have some type of contract to get it back. And she said she just got, and listen, Jay-Z sampled her. A lot of people sampled Melissa Morgan. So, she was telling us that she got her stuff back. So, all of that stuff is important. And again, a lot of people don't understand the business. They just want to get in it because they're looking at all of the fans. Yeah. And they think, and that's how they get got. And then is it really, are they really getting got? Is it really somebody else's fault or is it their fault because they didn't understand the business? Because they, they're not there. The other person is not there to represent them. That's what you got to get a lawyer for. You know what I mean? So, but I do want to ask this last question. And I don't know if you had one. As you see on the screen here, we did a show and it was Why Is Your Death Worth More to a Record Label Than You Being Alive? Now, we just lost another rapper, right? P&B Rock, right? And he got murdered out eating. This is very sad. Do you think, I got, and I say one question, but I really got more than one. Do you think that rap music and the way that it is now with the drill, with a lot of the gang cultures, do you think that it's affecting the Black community, or do you think there's something behind it with the record labels?
See, people don't respect it till it hits home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just saying the DJs, the powers that be that's getting these records played. Oh, y'all go to the office. Y'all don't care. Y'all go to the office. Your kids is in the suburbs. It's not really hitting home unless your child is in a town and in the hoods, and these things are happening, like these shootouts are happening. You don't really feel it. You're like, it's music. No. Like, people getting killed, shot at, innocent people is getting killed. So why would you want to promote? Why would you want to like keep putting that out there if it's the reaction is super violence? Like, why? Like, you wouldn't do that if your kid is like, if you're in the ghetto and like in the hoods. I'm sure you wouldn't like respect it, but some these the higher ups, they go in the office, they children is good out the way.
Yep.
Like, this is fun. You know, like, how? Since when? Like, and y'all can clearly see if we had a chart that since that murders is like that. You see it, like, if it was a chart from like the 90s, early 2000s, and now you would see it like, oh, I don't understand it. I don't respect it. And I shout out to Drewski. I know Drewski was like, yo, like, this is too much.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't he say he playing it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when do you be like, no, we're not doing that? Shout out to Drewski for that, because when do you be like, yo, we're not doing that? Yep. If it don't touch you, if it's not hitting home, that's when you don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very sad.
I feel like, because we are adults, these are adults that are running everything. When do y'all take accountable, like, responsible? When y'all, you know what I mean? Be like, say something. Like, yo, nah, we
yep.
Because y'all can't sue anybody fast.
That's a fact.
We're not playing R. Kelly. Woo!
Yep.
No R. Kelly on the radio.
You're right. You see how fast they did that. And don't get me wrong, R. Kelly did what he did was wrong. But, yo, you don't think killing somebody is to come to a point where you say, nah, this got to stop.
Right.
Yeah, they got his stuff off of, I guess, some of the songs of streaming platforms. I don't know. I remember when Chris Brown was going through the things like, yo, can y'all stop? Like, yo, y'all stopping my streams. Like, they wasn't putting his stuff up on certain things at one point.
Shit is crazy.
Like, so it is controllable. They just act like it's not controllable. It is controllable, man. But if money is being generated, do they really? It's because all it is about paying the bills and how does making money for the company.
Right. Or do they not really give a damn and they keep putting that stuff out because maybe there's life insurance policies on these people? So it's
I've heard that. I've heard that, but I'm not too sure of that.
Not for nothing. I've heard a lot of interviews, but you're the first person to actually say that it is controllable. Because a lot of people be like, nah, you can't control it, just gonna let it be what it is. But you made a point that they can control it, you know?
Yeah. They know they know how to stop playing certain artists if they don't want to play them. I've heard a lot of records artists. You will hear it like, oh, they ain't playing such and such no more. No. You be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Oh, yep. So it's controllable.
So Ron, what can we expect from you moving forward in the future? You already got a large body of work, gave us greatness, and thank you for that. From your songs to your producing, what can we expect coming from you in the future?
I'm always gonna push the limit with my talent, so I'm gonna try and tap into that pop world. It's an artist named Daddy Rue. It's a song coming out on the 22nd. It's amazing. My first pop record I produced. I got the Diddy and Bryson Tiller remix out right now. That's going crazy in the club. I always trying to just keep doing greatness and representing the culture with finesse, style, and grace.
Now,
and represent the culture respectfully, and and carry it as a gift. Because we make millions of dollars, and I've been to Africa a bunch of times to perform, been to France a bunch of times. Like, it took me places I never thought I'd be able to take. So I carry it like that, like with grace and like with respect. So anything I do, I just try and do it with my best foot forward and represent the culture the right way.
now,
So
could a regular person come up to you and ask you for a beat?
It happened today. This is how it goes. I would have to see something very, like, sonically or personality wise to like, all right, I think I can do something with this. It's 44. I could be like, all right, I ain't going to charge you. Everybody else getting charged. If I don't see nothing, I'm like, man, I got to charge you, man.
all right, so we know what that means. He think your shit wet. That's what he said.
I don't want you wasting. Right. Don't waste my time.
Because time is money.
Yo,
I hear that.
My time been wasted so much. You be like, hey, yo, this wasting my time, man. Oh, yo, I'm the hottest, like those dudes. I'm the hottest in America, yo. You get in the studio, you be like, why is it taking you forever to do one record? You don't even know how to project your voice. This is terrible. And then it's like you wasting my time. I don't even want your money. You understand?
Damn.
Don't waste people's time. Come with it.
I hear it.
Because this is it's a profession as well. So be professional and come with it. Come, give it your best, and
That's
all right. Well, listen, we thank you so much for coming on, for chopping it up with us, giving us all that information, and, just schooling us on certain things, and also talking about, you in the industry and your history and music and your opinion on things. We really appreciate that. And we are looking forward to everything else that you got going on. Just continue to be great. We love what you've done thus far. And that's it. We appreciate that. We appreciate the interview, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem. Thanks. And anybody just know, just check in. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on all platforms. This is from the Ground Up Productions. And
speaking of that, your social media.
Which everybody.
Ron Browz at Gmail, man. Check me out, man. I'll be doing these fly beat blogs. I think y'all might want to check them out on my Instagram. So, check out my YouTube. I'll be dropping some music.
Oh, okay.
Just tap in with me, man.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. But no, if you whack, it's going to cost you. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is from the Ground Up Productions, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms. From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.